What's up guys, welcome to another video with your buddy the Roller Coaster Crafter, and today, as you can see, I have Manta behind me right now, all complete and finished, and today I actually want to show you guys another tutorial. Now, I did do a tutorial on how to do normal lift hills, but today, I'm going to show you guys a little tutorial on how I do inverted lift hills. They're a little bit different and a little bit more complicated to create. That's why I want to create a separate video for them, because there's a few other concepts you have to take into account when building an inverted lift hill, for whether it's an inverted coaster or a flying coaster or one of those based around those lines. So, let's get right into it. So mainly the first thing I want to mention is obviously you have your power source, you have your motor and your gears set up, and obviously you have your first gear right here. That's going to be turning all the chain right here. And what you want to make sure is, I mentioned this in the last lift hill video, is you want to make sure that it's kind of aimed at where an opening is. So that way there's kind of a diagonal transition through one of the spaces in the track, and that way it can lead in smoothly, just like this. You don't want a whole lot of bumpiness, so you don't want to put it too far behind or too far ahead, because the train won't be able to catch it if it's too far ahead, and you don't want to put it too far back, or else your lift hill will be very, very choppy, and you don't want that. So the main thing is with this, you want to make sure just the chain is kind of lifted like this. I use this measurement where it's like, you got a rod right here. This is hooked in by one of the little, those little things right here. So if you connect your track to your structure with kind of this measurement with the converter right here, and then just connect it with any piece, things like that. And then I use whatever else on top of the structure to build the gear, to build the motor and the gear on top of it. So there's kind of a big gap, but you just want to make sure you leave enough space. You want to make sure this is like diagonally transitioning into the track right here. So that's for the bottom right here. Now, if we go here to the top, this is where it gets kind of tricky, because on most inverted lift hills, on an inverted coaster or a flying coaster, the gear would usually be placed over here where the crest is about to end and go into the drop. However, the problem with putting it here is because this chain, as you can see, this chain is flimsy at the bottom. There's nothing holding it upwards, and it's best to keep it like this instead of trying to find a way to have it stay in the track always. Unless you can find a really creative way, go ahead and find out how to do it. But for right now, when you put the gear this far, then the chain is then having to get pushed up against here on the crest of the hill. This is a very tight crest right here, and when the train is pushing the chain onto the track like this, it creates a lot of stress on it, and then the motor won't be able to move it all the way down to move the train all the way down to the drop very smoothly. So what I did was I put the gear right here, right before the crest of the hill. That way it's still being pushed just a little bit, but it's not being pushed all the way enough to where the whole weight of the car is like creating a lot of stress on the motor. So this right here will keep it very it'll still push the train all the way down to the drop, but at the same time, not putting much stress on there. So if you can see right here when I turn this on. So when I push, the way to test out the stress of the chain is you basically have to figure out how the car would act when pushing the chain up. So when you push it like this, as you can see, not a whole lot of stress. If you just hold your hand here, make sure it's still running smoothly, and there's no complications, it's not choppy or anything. And then what you can do also is you can test it with an actual train and make sure that the train pushes all the way down to that drop, as you can see right here, as I shown with Manta right here. So those are kind of the main points when building this lift hill. I did my best to show you guys visuals of what I meant, and also other things that I've seen other K'NEX roller coasters builders do that kind of risky moves. However, if you can get crafty with them and make it your own, go ahead. Make your coasters your own way. However, this is just some of the ways I do it. And if you guys have any questions on how I do some of the things, be sure to leave your comments down below, or you can follow me and DM me on Instagram at rollercoastercrafter, no spaces or caps, and I'll be sure to help you there. So hopefully this was helpful. Let me know in the comments on what other tutorials you guys would like to see. And also don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more videos, as I will keep them coming. See you guys, and I will see you next time on the Coaster Crafter channel. Peace!